I come to you guys at a time most sad, because welcome to my first ever failed account takeover, man. This is the account of Mr. Danimal right all up and over here, and he wanted me to go in and rebuild a whole bunch of his champs. Take a look at this account, look at his champion builds, see if I can rework some things, see if I can get some of these champions nice and finely tuned. He did also ask for some other things as well, which I will get to in just a sec. This account has a big gear problem. First of all, there's just not that much gear on the account. As you can see, only 700 artifacts in storage, and frankly, a lot of the gear that we're holding on to, I mean, if I just go ahead and click on through the speed gear right here, you guys can only see some of the stats because of my huge head being in the way, but you might notice that, okay, so we've got one shield here with a bit of speed on it, bit of crit, okay, cool, accuracy speed on this shield as well, lovely. Next up is just a 4-star shield. We're just lacking gear that's actually good. We have a good gear problem on this account, and it's a big problem. We're going to be talking about how to farm up a stupid amount of very good gear on your account very quickly. Kind of like a step-by-step for building the ultimate gear collection. And actually, because I mean, you could have all the most powerful champs in the world, right? We've got Nuts on this account, we've got goddamn Snickdra, goddamn He-Man on this account, goddamn Ancora. Ancora's actually not built too bad, to be honest. The point is, you can have all of these incredible champions built up on your account, but if you're not building up solid, sweet gear supplies to go along with them, then what the hell is the point, right? Real quick, if you're looking to get involved in this account takeover series, do bear in mind that I am prioritizing the crap out of anybody who creates an account using one of my beginner promo links, which you can find down below at the top of the video description, man. So create your new account today, get a fresh start in Raid, or create a new free-to-play adventure using my beginner promo link for a free starter legendary champion in the form of Karato Fox Hunter, as well as 3 additional epics as you then level up your account, and of course, most importantly, a priority pass for getting involved in this account takeover series. So first of all, I was able to go into the preset management and the fitting room and stuff and set up a possible rebuild for the Newt, and you're going to notice that we're going to be getting rid of a lot of these sets that the Newt currently has equipped up, and we're just switching them in for kind of little one pieces and off pieces and stuff like that. And yeah, we've got some crit damage gauntlets here as well. We're able to get the Nut up to 100% crit rate, so once all of these pieces are rolled up, you know, 200% crit damage, 100% crit rate, reasonable speed at least. Accuracy is a little bit low, but that's only because we only have a 4-star accuracy banner, and so we're lacking a good bit of accuracy here as well. But the accessories are a little bit lacking on the account too, but this is the only build that I could really suggest that we switch on to this champ, just to boost up the Newt's damage by quite a bit. Anything else after this was really tough to build out on this account. So first of all, man, there are 2 rules for when, 2 very basic sort of ground rules that you want to bear in mind at all times for collecting good gear on your account. The first one is that when it comes to gearing up a champion, don't be afraid to do what I suggested just doing with Newt, and that's just focusing on stats over sets, right? If you can get sets equipped on your champions, that's great, but if you have to take 1 piece of Relentless gear, and then 1 piece of Savage gear, then 2 pieces of Reflex or whatever, and put them all together to make something good on a champion, right, where you're hitting the accuracy that they're looking for, where they've got 100% crit rate, good crit damage, then that is preferable, right? Stats over sets every time, right? So that's rule number 1 when it comes to actually building a champ. Rule number 2 is to look for stats on your gear that matches their set. A speed set, nice and easy. You're looking for speed substat rolls on your speed gear, right? If you're putting a champion in a speed set, I don't know, you probably want them to be fast, and so getting as many speed rolls as possible on the gear is crucially important. Crit rate is always good if you can get like a double crit rate roll in basically any gear as well. Hitting 100% crit on your nukers is just that important, that crit is a great stat to look out for in basically every set as well. But for speed gear, you're generally looking for speed rolls, bit of accuracy can be great. If you just scroll on down a little bit further, we've got like the shield set, gives you a 30% HP ally shield for 3 turns. What do you want to look for on your shield gear? You're looking for HP percentage, so you get a bigger shield, of course. And then you're probably looking for speed and accuracy as well, just because you're looking for, well, supporting style stats, right? Your shield sets, they're not going to be going on your damage dealers, they're going to be going on your supports who usually need speed and accuracy as well. So HP percentage, speed, accuracy. What else have we got? What other examples? The Cruel set is another nice and easy one, right? It gives you attack percentage and ignores 5% of enemy defense. This is a set built specifically for attack-based nukers. You're looking for attack percentage, you're looking for crit rate percentage, and you're looking for crit damage on your cruel gear, right? To really make it some super awesome nuker gear. Perception, accuracy, and speed. You know what I'm gonna say, right? You're just looking for sets, or rather stats on your sets that match the set as closely as possible. Generally speaking, taking a set like crit damage, you might get like a triple or even a quadruple resistance stat roll on some of your crit damage gear. But who the hell cares, man? You don't want that crit damage piece of crap to be on the likes of like a mischief tank in Hydra or something, you know? It's just a big mismatch of priorities. Sorry, man, the 4 steps for actually getting a stupid amount of good gear on your account. These are especially going to apply to sort of the early and mid game. Step 1 is to farm the crap out of dungeon tournaments when they go active, right? The likes of Dragon's Lair dungeons, they're going to, while there's a tournament active, they're going to give you an increased drop rate chance at speed gear 9 times out of 10, which is great. Speed being one of the best sets in the game, so I'd recommend that you farm the crap out of these basically every time. Now, what stages of Dragon or stages of other dungeon do you want to be farming? Well, the first actual decent stage to farm for most dungeons is going to be stage 10. That's because you can no longer get 3-star artifact drops from stage 10 as opposed to stage 9, right? So stage 10 is great, or at least it's decent when you're first getting started. The next decent stage to be farming up is going to be stage 13. That's only because there's actually a low drop chance at 6-star artifacts, which up until stage 13 they can't drop at all. So stage 13 is pretty decent. Stage 16 really is going to be the next best because as you go up in stages, you're going to get higher drop rates on better gear. As you can see, stage 16 is a little bit cheaper as well. Like the energy cutoff hops up a little bit between stage 16 and 17. So 16 is great to farm. Also, stage 16, you can no longer get drops of experience brews or of mystery shards, which actually just means that you're just getting more artifacts dropping overall from stage 16. So stage 16 is great. Then the next like good sort of like intermediate milestone you want to be hitting is going to be good old stage 20, where you can no longer get 4-star artifact drops. It's 5 and 6 stars only, and the energy cost is once again quite efficient at stage 16. Sorry, at energy cost 16 at stage 20. Now, a bit of an exception to these rules is going to be in Spider's Den, where stage 10 in Spider's Den is bugged as hell. Okay, stage 10 Spider's Den has like double the drop rate of 5-star artifacts than it should. It's like an 80% drop rate on 5-star artifacts in stage 10 of Spider, which then goes down again to like 40% or something in stage 11. So stage 10 is actually insanely good in Spider's Den, and stage 10 will be the best stage that you can farm in Spider's Den all the way until stage 16. It's just the way that it is, man. Stage 10 in Spider's Den is bugged like crazy. Just be aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just imagine that there's a dragon tournament active. I'm going to enable super raids, and what I'm going to do is just go into my loot filters, and I'm going to allow 5-star blue items to drop here. And I'm just going to go ahead and imagine that there's a dragon tournament active, and we're going to go ahead and try and farm this up. I would actually recommend using the loot filters, by the way, going into things like boots and stuff like that, and maybe only keep boots that have speed as a main stat. That might be something that you want to do. You can certainly take things like the chest gear and just eliminate all of the flat stat gear, flat HP, flat defense, flat attack, that kind of thing. Maybe even resistance you might want to get rid of as well on your chest pieces. It's going to save you a lot of time sorting through crap gear towards the end of the run, right? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and queue these up, and we're going to get our first batch of gear from Dragon. And alright, man, step 1 complete. We've got ourselves a happy little trove of artifacts here to sift through, and that is going to be step 2. Is actually sifting through these and being much more deliberate about what you keep, right? Now, for gear sets that suck, right, like the Days set right here, honestly, unless the substats are fantastically good on a Days set, for example, like speed, accuracy, crit, or speed and accuracy, and then some of the good defense percentage stats. If it's an offset that you're just not really planning on using, the stats had better be good for it to be like a standalone piece of equipment. This shield right here, not good enough to hold on to, man. Likewise, destroy gear, don't really use this set a whole lot anymore. Crit damage could be great if this had like some crit percentage or something as like with the first substat here. Otherwise, it's just gotta go. Toxic set, same thing. Honestly, even accuracy speed is not going to be good enough for me to hold on to at this point on this account. If it was 6 stars, I might think about it. And now when it gets to the set pieces like speed that you're actually planning on using, I'm really just hoping for speed rolls on this, because it doesn't have any at all. It's a piece of crap, and it's basically an automatic sell. What about the accuracy weapon? Accuracy rolls, speed rolls, bit of defense percent rolls as well, or HP percent, I guess, in this case, could be fine. For me, on my account, this is not quite good enough to hold on to. If the attack instead was accuracy, maybe we could then make a case for holding on to that. But that's what you got to be doing, man, when it comes to discerning whether or not gear is good enough for you to hold on to on your account. And the idea is to just build up a good library of gear. Like, this could actually be good to hold on to. This would be like great on the free-to-play account. On my main account, it's still not going to be good enough, but I just needed some examples to work with. But the idea is that you're building up a good bank of items and equipment that you can then look forwards to rolling up during artifact enhancement, which is going to be the next step. So step 3 is actually just rolling up your gear again during artifact enhancement if you can. And the whole idea here is we're just trying to dig out pieces of gear that could actually be usable. The stat rolls on this piece, not great apart from the speed, to be honest, and so we're looking for like a double or a triple speed roll here if there's any hope of us actually holding on to this piece, and it does actually double speed roll. And so, for example, I could now hold on to this piece right here. We've got a couple of good stat rolls here with crit and speed on these. It rolls into crit and speed, so I guess I'm holding on to this perception weapon as well. But if I do eventually get some bad rolls here, for example, we've got a perception piece here that could be used on like an accuracy requiring damage dealer for this piece, so we just try to hit as much crit rate as we can. To be honest, if we're missing all of the crit rates, we could easily go ahead and sell this. I'm willing to give it one more, because double crit damage is fine. It's actually a triple crit damage roll. So I think just because of the sake of uniqueness of that piece, I'll end up holding on to that as well, to be honest, which is just stupid. But the point is that I'm ready to toss any of these pieces that just roll kind of crappy, right? Okay, so we roll into the flat HP here. This is finally a piece that I can just go ahead and just get the hell out of my collection right away. And this is what you want to be doing, man. It's going to be time consuming during an artifact enhancement event, but it's going to result in you building up a good library of gear. That's it's going to be much harder for you to decide how to create new artifact space and sell stuff off eventually. Like, I'm at a point right now where I'm holding on to a lot of possibly good gear, but I could really do with another big artifact cleanse. But the point is, any new champion that I get, I'll take up to level 60 anytime soon. I've just got a ton of gear lying around that I know has pretty good rolls on it, and I can be pretty confident that I can build out basically any champion that I happen to pull. In step 4, and the last thing you want to be doing as your account begins to mature a little bit, is actually go back to champions that you built a long time ago and refine their builds, rebuild them, right? Use the good old fitting room to go ahead and use your filters and stuff like that, and just use that to rebuild all their champions and take off gear that used to be good for them, but now almost like the tide level of gear on your account has stepped up a notch, and so suddenly champions that you geared up a long time ago are not going to look like they're in very good gear anymore, and so you can switch that crappy gear out for something better, and then that way you're always kind of lifting the limit of what's acceptable for you to hold on to in terms of artifacts on your account. And that's going to be how you get like a constant progression of gear on your account. Now, back under Danimals' account, he did want some recommendations as to what champions to build out for Hydra and Clan Boss teams, so we'll make sure to go ahead and take care of that as well. First of all, we've got the Man-Eater on the account, which is great. Sitting at level 60. We've also got the Painkeeper sitting at rank 5, and so we've already got the beginnings. We've got like the two sort of key core ingredients for an unkillable clan boss team right here. It's just the rest of the roster is kind of very far behind at this stage, and so I'm a little bit reticent to go ahead and try to put together some kind of crazy unkillable team. We also don't really have the gear to do it on this account just yet, but I'd be more than happy to revisit this account in a few months' time, Mr. Danimals, once we've got more champions leveled up to 60 and stuff, and take a look at possibly setting up an unkillable clan boss team on this account. But yeah, the Painkeeper, I get the Painkeeper up to 60 as quickly as possible, to be honest, on this. And then I focus on just maxing up a whole bunch of damage dealers and getting them caught up to 6 stars as well. The Cold Heart, obviously chief among them. We could even use her as a damage dealer in an unkillable clan boss team. She could do a job in that role. And As for Hydra, though it is still quite early days in this account to be thinking about Hydra, it's good to at least be planning for the future against Hydra men. So I think the team I would run would look a bit something like... So almost going to definitely be getting Ancora in there for the revive, for the support, for the cleansing. She's also a speed or a lead in all battles, so that's great. We're definitely going to be running the Newt as one of the key and core damage dealers. Honestly, I'd throw the Snake Track in there as well. He does have an attack all enemies decrease speed, which an AoE decrease speed against Hydra is fantastic. And so I think fitting him into the team is fine. We could also go ahead and, of course, throw the Ugo in there for the block buffs debuff on an AoE, which is a huge deal as well. Also brings, of course, decreased defense on an AoE. Bit more healing, bit more cleanse, that kind of thing. So Ugo is definitely a S tier champ to bring into Hydra. I think we've got to throw the Husk on the team for the provoke on the A1. It's not a high land rate provoke, but we do need an answer to get a provoke up on the Head of Decay. And so the Husk's job in this team might just be spamming A1 against the Head of Decay, which is a little bit sad. But again, I think it's the only option we've got for a reliable provoker on the entire account right now. And then for an AoE increased speed buff, I see no choice but to go ahead and include the Tagore as just like a nice budget option for an increased speed buffer. Also brings a little bit more healing, that kind of deal as well. So yeah, I think that this would be like the beginner team for trying to at least decapitate our very first head into normal mode Hydra. But I would look towards building out, and you know what, man, the quicker we can replace the Tagore with a better increased speed champion, ideally a champion with like an attack all enemies skill or two as well as like a support champion, would be great, because then we could put that champion in a cursed set and start landing some hex debuffs against the Hydra heads as well, which is yeah, very, very good. And then of course, instead of the Husk, just get like a better, more reliable provoker in there if possible. But yeah, I think that this is the team that I would look to build out for the future, at least for use in Hydra. Well, there you have it, man. A little bit of a stranger takeover today for Mr. Danimals, and hopefully he's not disappointed. And again, I'd be more than happy to revisit this account in a few months' time. Better gear stockpile, more 60s, that kind of thing. But I did my best to make it a little bit of a, well, not a cop-out for me. You know what I'm saying? And offer some good advice, I think, for stockpiling up just some juicy gear, man, to help out with account progression as time goes on. So Danimals, I'm going to keep you added on Discord, man, just in case we can take a second swing at this in a future takeover, man. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you're looking to get involved in an account takeover session yourself, then make sure to go ahead and join my Discord server, which is down below in the description box. All you got to do is join up and make a post in the account takeover submissions channel of that Discord server for a chance at appearing in this series. And what better way to guarantee that you can appear in this series than signing up to raid using my beginner promo link, which, yeah, I'm just going to be giving all kinds of preferential treatment to accounts that have signed up using my beginner link, because frankly, it's the least I can do, man, to thank you for using my link. And why the hell would you not, man? It's 4 free champions, the starter champion of which is going to be a legendary Corrado Fox Hunter, and all you got to do is create a new account right now using my beginner link down below. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope that y'all did enjoy this one. And I'm going to catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.